Hey guys, this is Cainebourne with Conan Exiles, a really awesome new game from Funcom that I've shown a little bit on the channel. I did a quick and dirty 30-minute survival guide, and then I did a 5-hour live stream, which is a lot of fun. But now I want to break into some actual details of the game that could be really important, potentially game-breaking or devastating for you as a player if you've spent a lot of hours building up a large base and lose everything. A lot of people have experienced this already, but I want to save some people from going through this. As soon as it's updated, I will update this video and let you guys know. Before I get into that and just, kind of beat up on the game, I do want to point out the game is absolutely freaking gorgeous. It's got massive amounts of PvE enemy types, which is cool, because I think one of the big things that's missing from these games right now is anything to do besides kill each other. Why do people grief each other? Because there's nothing else to do in Rust and DayZ and everything else. The PvE is non-existent. 40, 50 different enemy types, beautiful vistas, different biomes. Obviously, we've got jungle here. We've got desert. I've been in a savanna with elephants and hyenas. I mean, it's just gorgeous and a lot of fun. Combat is fun. The building is fun. Everything's very cool. Problem is that you've got no way to protect yourself whatsoever. If you guys are familiar with my videos, or even if you're not, but you're familiar with the game of Rust, you know that, very quickly you can throw up a wood shack. It will last you a couple hours, during the wipe. Then the guy's going to come around with flamethrowers, wipe everything out. Then very quickly you're able to go ahead and set yourself up with a brick shelter and then a metal door, and you're relatively safe for a little bit. That is not the case in Conan. In Conan, a guy like me walking around in his underwear with a stone sword is going to come up at first. He gets to your wall, can't even get through it. If for some reason you didn't have a wall or got through, he's going to hit your normal walls here and your door, and that's more of like a fence, I should call it. And definitely if you're in Tier 2, he can't do anything, right? So that's pretty good. I mean, almost ridiculous, the fact that it's immune. It doesn't even do a microscopic amount of damage. The problem arises is as soon as this gentleman decides to tech up. Because when he techs up, this is a poniard in my offhand, if you can kind of see it, and it is made of iron. The minute you get iron, the game changes, okay? And yes, obviously when you tech up, you want to see some progression, you want to be able to do things. But they need something that is takes a little bit of an investment, like in Rust, where you've got to build the satchel charges, or you've got to go ahead and do explosives, something that actually takes a resource that's a little bit harder to find and takes some planning. So here, I've literally just made an iron poniard, which all you need to do is basically get 540 stone from any node, which is very simple, even with a stone pick in a couple, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, not even. You can basically throw some stone in there and bake it and turn it into brick. Then you're going to find some iron ore, and you're going to throw that in the oven and make about 100 iron. Then you make a blacksmith's table, and then you literally need 5 twigs and 20 more iron. So right after you've constructed this iron weapon, all of your enemy's defenses basically become paper. You walk up to this door, for example, and like I said, it is completely immune to the stone. But watch what happens when you use this iron poniard. Now, compare that to any other survival game on the market, and it's that easy to get through a person's door. They could have 10, 20 doors, but it's taken me less than a minute, I think, to get through that door, just like paper, okay? Now, let's say, for argument's sake, well, that wasn't very difficult to construct. By the way, I can hit this about 5 extra times and go right through the wall. But I don't want to put you guys to sleep with that. I just wanted to show you how easy that this is. This is all, by the way, not a wall that's facing the wrong way. That's the weak side. So that was the strong side of a wall and a door. Now, you walk up to Tier 2. Now, Tier 2 takes a lot of effort. You need to make a wood crafting, I forget the name of the table, but basically the woodworking station, and make shaped wood. Not a big deal, but you load up wood and it shapes out the wood. Then you need to make iron reinforcements. So you need to basically smelt iron in the blacksmith's table, and it takes a pretty long time. They're really slow. I think they take like a couple minutes each to make these. I call them iron ingots. I don't know the proper name. Iron reinforcements, I guess. And then after that, you're still going to need a couple other things. You need bricks So you're going to have to melt down the stone, things of that nature. So putting together walls like this and doors with a decent sized house, you're looking at about maybe 5 or 6 hours worth of work, depending on the size of your group. And then this is a reinforced wooden door. So this is tier 2. Keep in mind there's only 3 tiers of doors. So you walk up to this one now with your iron, no big deal, it's gone. Problem is, you just switch to steel. Steel doesn't take that much longer to get a hold of, and watch what happens when you come up to this door with steel. Now this does take a little bit longer, arguably, but I think we can both agree that if you just put in, 5 to 6 hours, and that's considering that you actually survived. I mean, we didn't get a tier 2 building set up until day 2. So imagine, it was actually, I think, 3 or 4 of us working together to build a base. We had already been raided out of our sandstone base. Now we're hiding in the mountains far away. We spent several hours building a base, and they're able to walk right in. And again, it's just as easy with the walls. It literally takes about 5 extra hits. So I think that's a pretty major problem. Obviously, we've got some balance issues and things that we need to take care of in the game right now. So absolutely do not try to build a base that's very big and time consuming and resource consuming with multiple floors and all this different stuff, because somebody's just going to walk right in the course of a couple minutes and destroy it. So my advice to you is going to be coming up in just a second. I'll show you what my idea of a remedy for this is. So what exactly are you supposed to do to protect all your hard work if your doors and walls crumble in such a simple way? Well, one thing is you could invoke the great Lord Set and turn into a giant snake and rain down revenge on your enemies. The problem with that is super endgame stuff and probably not going to happen, but it looks badass, so I might as well find some weird reason to sneak it into the video. So here is the giant snake lord Set coming through to reap revenge on his enemies. You could also fly off into the sky like a majestic butterfly. Another possible option would be to run away at the speed of light and jump over a lake. But for those of us that don't want to get banned, here's a real solution. So until these problems are fixed, the simplest solution is to keep your bed and all of your goodies and potentially build a lot larger and even have all your crafting supplies up on a rock. Very simple. You jump down when you're leaving, because items can be built and dismantled at will. Now nobody can get up there. You can leave your damn door open if you want to. It doesn't matter. It's as simple as that. And nobody can have build privilege as long as you have a foundation here. The only thing I guess that they could do is completely eradicate all foundations down here. But even if they did that, they still wouldn't have build privilege near that rock. You'd be able to start over and just build back up. And it's very inexpensive. Even though this seems a little convoluted, I didn't pick the best spot in the world to do this, nor the best building practice, but I was just doing a quick and dirty build to get up to the rock. But this is incredibly inexpensive to just build some sandstone walls and get up higher. And there would be a much more efficient way to do this if need be. But again, now you come back home and you've got all your loot packed on you, and you simply run back up here, and it's as simple as building a brand new set of stairs. So that would be my suggestion to you guys at this point. Don't bother with a big fancy elaborate base. Just build stairs back up and dismantle them anytime you need to get in your house, and that is the best way to protect your loot. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. If you want to see some more Conan content or any content on my channel, let me know in the comment section. Go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not already, please subscribe. We just broke 200 subscribers, and I will be doing a giveaway of Watch Dogs 2 very soon. I want to come up with something interesting or a good reason or contest to give that away to some, possibly new or old subscribers. So thank you guys so much for joining the channel. I will be back with some more combat tips and other more interesting tips for Conan. But right now, that is the best way. I mean, I already showed you guys how to survive and not starve to death and get started building. Now I'm actually showing you something that's really important, how to not just get all of your hard work erased within a matter of minutes. Thanks for joining me.